Susan. Hello, hello. Good to see you here.
Hello, good to see you.
Summer,
Oh,
Susan is a dear friend of mine. I invited her here. He's also a spiritual, elevated being. She knows
Wonderful.
that kind of work, and she
Wonderful.
would be happy to join with us, and we are going to be happy for having her.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Well, welcome, Susan. We're
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't join before. I just found out last week and then I couldn't join, but I did see the homework from last week and I did it, so I'm catching up.
No problem.
No problem.
Hello.
So
Hello.
so isn't it I mean the week just go by so quickly. What are some of the positive things that's happening in you guys' life during the week that you don't mind sharing?
That's a great start. Thank you, Summer.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Just
just wanted to say we have a business community that we do business together, but we also do more than that. A lot of us we start our journey just serving others and always working and serving others, and we often forget about ourselves. And then when we have a quiet moment or when we hit a certain moment in our life, we felt lost and we felt like um, perhaps, we're now we're starting to get confused about our purpose. And then some of us, we were put in situations where we were never told that we're good enough or that we are doing things the right way or that we are amazing human beings. And so, um, you know, going through this journey with Nesco, it really reached down to the soul and the spirit of the person, reflecting on the human journey from the beginning to now and then into the future. And so it's really good. It's really good reflecting on the human journey together. And so that's what we're here. We're reflecting on the human journey. We're reflecting on internal self. And just becoming more aware of who we are and what we're doing in our human journey as an individual and also together. So um, so good to have the talent and the skill from Nesco. He's offering us his gift, and we are taking it. So thank you, Nesco, for showing up and leading these sessions for us.
Thank you, Summer. It has been quite a challenge for me to actually stand up here and present because I need to admit that I have this kind of a stage fright where I like when I see people, I just forget all my alphabet and every word that is in it. Which is funny because I'm a consultant. I should be able to be comfortable in front of people, right? Especially living and moving people, not AI created versions. But still, I
That's
took
why
this.
we put you, that's why
Sorry,
we
go
put
ahead.
you on the spot so you can like come out of your shell.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I hope that shell will not be there anymore very soon. Yeah, so yeah, you guys know that I've been working on this program for quite some time, and every time we have these sessions, I am presenting to you just one portion of that program. I can share with you a little bit about how the program looks like, so that you know that we are not really that there is some kind of a plan in the whole madness that I'm presenting to you. Right. So is the program which is called Path to Purpose Clarity. So far, we have passed the first 5 lessons or the first 5 parts. And today we would be actually moving on with part number 6. And in all the time, we have been discussing about our purpose and the calling in our life. When we are kind of confronted with such a big question like, what's my purpose? What's my calling? Why am I here on earth? People kind of shiver. People start just, shrug and say, okay, that's too big of a question for me. I will take some time later to think about this, or when I'm older, or when I'm richer, or when I'm more comfortable. And as Summer, you mentioned, it's this kind of a challenge where we need to actually start doing it as soon as possible, I would say, because this is what makes us human. And let's not forget that everything else that we're doing is because we are human, and it starts from there. And when we were born perfect. So knowing that, we start with the understanding and the belief that everything that is inside of us is already giving us quite a lot of ammunitions to be survivors and thrivers in this life, right? So by addressing this big, kind of elephant in the room, like what my purpose is, I offered you a step-by-step approach. And this step-by-step approach is actually culminating to a so-called purpose statement, where in a paragraph, you would be able to articulate who you are and what you stand for. You would be able, in that small paragraph, to share what is important for you, what are your gifts, talents, skills, who you want to eat, what are you committed to do, and maybe you can share a little bit about your fears and anxieties and how you would like to reframe them so that they can be used as your allies, right? So far, we were building the building blocks for crafting this purpose statement. So we moved through values, which were representing what is important for us and how we answer the question why we do what we do. Also, the values are defining our moral compass, and therefore they're also showing how we make decisions to go left or right. And the session last time was about gifts, and we were searching inwards to see what are our talents, the ones that we were born with? What are our strengths, the ones that we created throughout our life and they became our character? And also, what are our skills? The abilities that we acquired along the way through education, certification, studies, etc. So today will be a transition step. Today we will be transiting from gifts to giving. So we are going to see how we can make impact, to whom we are making this impact, or maybe to what. It doesn't need to be a human being. It could be a cause. And then we would be challenged with an interesting exercise that I have prepared for you. Okay, so from the last time, we had a homework, and the homework was to start putting in place 3 of our top superpowers, gifts, or skills, so that we can start putting that part of the purpose statement in place. And the purpose statement was consisted of 5 parts. I will show them again. These are the parts of values. So we need to select our top 3 values, our top 3 super skills, our top 3 impact groups, which will be the topic of today, and further on. So who wants to share their top 3 skills or gifts that they have? And guys, please feel free to open up your mics, your cameras, because it's kind of, boring to look at myself. I want to see your smiles, your expressions, your emotions.
Mhm.
That will be great. So who wants to share? It's not an exam. You just share and you're in a safe space here for sure.
Well, I can share if nobody else is
Go ahead,
stepping.
Susan.
I hope I've done it right. As you know, I've missed the first sessions, but I have, as you know, Nasko, we've done a bit of this kind of stuff before. So I understood that it was 3 talents, 3 strengths, and 3 skills. Was that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
So for my talents, create a space where people feel safe to let go of held in emotion, especially sadness and pain. to listen to the voiceless, the horses and people. And interior decoration and design is my other, which is a bit not related, but it's also. And then I would say my strengths are determination and perseverance, which can have a negative side because sometimes I don't know when to let go of something and call it a day. I can just have to see, being adventurous, willing to change and take on new things, and being able to have a vision and see things clearly.
Amazing.
And for skills, I put horsemanship, equitation, order and organization. I love to organize a cupboard. I just love so organization is a very good skill. And creating situations when people can learn. Although I teach, for me, it seems more that I can just, especially with the horses, create situations that allows them to learn rather than I'm teaching them something. So that's
incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you very much for your share. Well, now I know who to invite when I need someone to help me with cleaning up and sorting out my cupboards. That's for sure. Yeah, maybe just one kind of invitation to you is like when you think about your, top skills or top superpowers, maybe focus on those that you want to do rather than those that you can do, but they drain your powers. Because the ones that you can do, but they actually are not fulfilling, they don't lead to, purposeful life. At some point, you just feel like, that's too much. And, they're kind of sucking the life out of you instead of giving life. Thank you very much, Susan. Thank you for being here. Okay, who else wants to share? Hi there, George. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good seeing you guys. Good morning. Sorry,
We can't hear you very well.
can you hear me?
Very soft.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. You can fix it, I'm sure.
I don't know. Can you hear me better? Can you
It's
hear me
getting
better now?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
The
okay.
mic goes up.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm at an event, so I may not be able to stay that long, but I wanted to come on.
That's great to hear. Thank you, George, for joining.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are sharing. Let's keep it short and sweet, so we can move on with the next part of the topic. Summer, would you like to share what you have discovered for yourself?
Sure. You said 3 talents, 3 strengths, and what was the other 3?
3 skills.
Skills. Okay. Is talent different from skills?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
again, it's a matter of semantics, but talent is something that you were born with, something that is very natural to you. You don't make any effort for it. Skills, on the other hand, is something that you acquire through learning, certification, education, reading, etc. Feel free to just, don't bother with this semantics.
So, I think I was born with the ability to. I've always been a protector. When somebody is hurt or when somebody is being bullied or mistreated, I automatically become this lion, and I just protect those who are being bullied or hurt. It's almost like I have like literally no control of myself. So my heart just run in front of me and I just acted automatically. So that's something that I have like it can be a gift, it's a gift, but it's also kind of like a double-edged sword because I always put myself in harm's way protecting others. And that's what I did with my teaching profession. I joined the union and I became a member, and then I just became a fighter and became a leader, and then um, helped restore the union. But in the midst of it, I put my career in danger. And then in the end, I just hate the world because I saw so much corruptions. Um, Growing up, we were being bullied because we were the newest refugees in the country. And so my brother and other boys, especially, were being bullied quite a bit. So I always felt like I needed to protect them. And Another talent is being someone who is personable. Wherever I go, I fit in. I fit in, whether it's um, different community or different groups. I always fit in, and I can literally turn a stranger into a friend just within minutes. So that's another gift that I have. Another gift is having a high consciousness of people's uh, people's situation and their individuality. I have the ability to accept people as they are without judgment. And so that I believe those are my gifts. The skill is that I'm able to help other people very naturally. And being a teacher, I acquire skills like teaching skills and patience,
Yeah.
and being able to explain things in a very simple way so that people understands. Um, so so yeah, everything that I acquire, being a mother, that's a skill. Raising my kids without good parenting experience behind me, um, and just learn how to become a mother through trials and errors, right? So I mastered my parenting skill through trial and errors, and um, the strength that I have is that I never allow myself to give up. I never allow myself to be a laughing stock. Um, Giving up is not an option for me. Once I start something, I want to finish what I started. And I never say what I can't do, and I never do what I can't say. So I'm a very transparent person. I wear my heart on my sleeves, and you will never find me misleading you or telling you something that I have not done or exaggerate the situation. I'm a realist, and those are my skills. I'm a realist. I say what I do and I do what I say. And so the high consciousness allows me to have compassion and passion, compassion and sympathy and empathy for people because of the hardships that I've gone through in my life. So there you go.
Incredible, Summer. And this is exactly the way we know you. Uh, you're having those super skills, like you are a combo between Superwoman and Superman.
Oh,
Amazing
thank
combo.
you. Thank you.
Great
Thank
to
you
have
for
your
your,
share here. Thank you, Summer. You're an inspiration for us.
thank you.
Hey guys, one more. Who wants to jump and share? Please don't feel in any way obliged to be big or small in this call. Just feel yourself, share what you would like to share as your superpowers. Maybe as part of this exercise, since we are going towards, the final purpose statement at the end, I would encourage you um, to select 3 of those skills, talents, and strengths, because at the end we would like to have something very cohesive that is the top of your offer to the world, right? Not that the rest are not interesting. It is just to keep them a little bit, in the background until the super diamonds shine. Okay. Is there anyone who wants to share? Last one?
I'll share.
Okay. Go
Uh,
ahead. If you want, you
First of all,
can
good
also
afternoon,
open your camera.
everyone. Huh?
You can open your camera as well.
How's that better?
Oh, amazing. Great.
Well, good afternoon, and um,
Good
for
morning.
yeah, for my talents, basically, um, I was born with basically the gift of, you know, loving, just loving people, loving on people, and um, understanding others. With a gift of understanding others when people don't understand, like um, I could grasp fast, considering others who are afraid to do things. One of those talents are able to inspire and to uplift and to help others to gather their thoughts. Like if they don't understand something or they're afraid to come forward, um, it's just something that I can automatically do because I was born with disabilities. So something I have is an encouragement that is just automatic. That's a talent. My strength is in communication. Um, I'm a great communicator. I understand communication very well. And for my skills, what I've acquired, um, is to, like I said, put both of those together to understand, to communicate, and to be a great asset and assistance to others in helping them, and helping others in possibly other ways that they may not see or can do.
Yeah. Well, I think by listening to you, I almost kind of see like you're already kind of expressing your purpose, right? There may be a couple of missing elements, but you're almost there, right? And please, guys, remember that my role here is purely a facilitation role. You're the ones that are doing the inner work, and I'm trying to kind of nudge you, give you some exercises, help you with steps, kind of constructing the puzzle. But at the end, the puzzle is inside of you, and should you wish, you can use those opportunities every time to actually go closer and closer. And what you shared with us reminds me again of something that our mentor always reminded us about, is that we are designed in such a way that we give the most what we need most. Think about that. Yeah. So I myself also find that I'm very much willing to give love, and this is also part of my purpose statement. I'm very much trying to give people peace and harmony, because I also needed it in the past, right? And this is maybe also something that I'm striving for.
What was that? I'm sorry. What was that, Nesco? That statement you said, we're designed what?
Yeah, we are designed to give most what we need most. So actually, if you kind of introspect and reflect on what you're willing to give to others, actually you find yourself in most of the times that actually you also wanted to have it. And because you feel that miss, because you feel that gap, you're willing to share it with others, not the gap, but the gift, so that they can have it as well. Does it make sense?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that does.
I'm very emotional when I think about this phrase. I'm sure that it could be phrased much better than what I just said, but this is the feeling that sometimes we are willing to, very often we are kind of in our DNA
Mm-hmm.
designed to give most what we need most.
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. And now I start sharing with you. And please stay on your toes, because it will not be just me sharing, but it will be also you participating. And let me just open my screen. Again, I prepared a small presentation for you, for us, so we can have a kind of a guideline. Not that we cannot actually pick a topic and talk about this, but I just wanted to fit in this 1 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes, and just have a conversation based on a certain topic, and still leading you towards that final goal that we have, which is getting clarity on our purpose. And the clarity would be in the form of a purpose statement, right? So as I said, last time we were talking about, well, 2 times ago, we were talking about the values and our moral compass. That was more or less answering the question, like, why are we doing the things we are doing? The last time we talked about our gifts. And this is about what are the pure gems, really the superpowers that we possess. But this time we are moving towards those that we would like to give those gifts to, right? Because this is how we make an impact. And in order to discover those people, we will be going through a couple of exercises and jumps, so that I can help you to discover this target audience, or maybe causes, noble causes, and then you would be able to go further on. So maybe instead of saying generally, I would like to inspire others, you may say, I would like to inspire people who are, for example, in need of finding themselves, right? So you become a bit more concrete and concise in your understanding of who you would like to impact. Because only by knowing who you want to impact, then you become focused, and your actions are much more deliberate and intentional, right? Okay, so that's the goal. So this time, again, a reminder, one of the definitions of purpose that I chose for us is the one provided by Christine Whelan, which I like very much in her academic research. So she says that purpose is using your gifts in keeping up with your values to positively impact others. Oh, guys, last 2 times we were talking about our values and gifts, and now we're moving to the third part of this definition of purpose, which is to positively impact others, not to negatively impact them, because there is a difference between manipulation and inspiration, right? We will be having a separate discussion on this topic, but it's about positively impacting others. So this time we will be actually stepping on a journey on the route to make a difference with intention. And this intention is to discover who we would like to impact. It might not be a who, it might be also a what, right? So don't just get discouraged if you really support, if you are rooting for animal rights, or you're for social freedom, etc., etc. But these could be all different causes that you would like to make a difference. So I came to the understanding that once we would like to talk about impact, we are talking about a life of service. So in order to find who we want to impact, is my belief, we should be able to adopt a service mindset, a mindset of lifting ourselves above ourselves and just being more conscious and considerate about the rest that are around us. These could be family members, these could be community members, this could be a whole nation, or it could be a cause, again, as we spoke. But this kind of prerequisite of us serving others starts with this kind of a service mindset, where we realize that whatever we do, as we said last time, our gifts are not ours to keep, they are ours to share. This leads us actually to our greatness. This is where we would like to go, because this is the only way we can make an impact, a visible impact, and leave a trail. Or in the words of Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you will have what you want. And that's the path to greatness. So moving on, I would like already now to kind of challenge you to think about past acts of kindness. because these memories of what you have done for others or being kind at some point of time, they will start revealing already who you impact and what kind of emotions that triggered, but also how it made you feel at that point of time. Because at the end, we would like to make an impact, but towards leading towards our purpose. So meaning fulfilling life, so that our life has meaning as well. So we will be having this discussion today, and the goal is to reflect on past actions of compassion and service, which will help you identify patterns of behavior, patterns of your kindness. That will also give us an idea of who those people were at that point of time. So the guidelines for this exercise or this discussion here are: recall past experiences. Think about specific moments when you helped someone or you supported a cause bigger than you. Create a table to find your audience. This is a helping step, right? You can also just use a piece of paper and just draft the people that you found at that time helping. In this table, you can actually slice it in 4 pieces, and you can just put on the left side who, then what you did, why you did it, and how it made them and you feel. So on this table, you would have, let's say, 4 columns. The who is the people who you supported. You can describe them briefly. They could be people with names, or they could be just sort of kind of personas, like artists or creative people or students or pupil. It doesn't really need to be a person with a name. What you did is important, and try to be specific, like of time, which was an act of kindness. Again, don't try to be big. I mean, just smiling at someone is good enough. Telling someone you're beautiful is good enough. That's an act of kindness. Saying thank you to someone and I'm sorry is also a kind of act of kindness. Why you did it? Why did you choose to help? And in that particular case, what was the motivation behind you? So let's search deep inside and reflect on your emotions, how you felt, but also what you made others feel at that point of time. I'm going to give you here a couple of examples. So these are examples, of course, so please don't judge me or them. These are just examples to put you on the context of doing the exercise for yourself. So we will be having about 7-8 minutes for getting ready on this exercise. Just take one example, maybe take 2 examples, and see if you can plot those elements on a table. So here is an example of who, elderly neighbor. So I helped him or her with grocery shopping. So she had no family to assist her. That's why I helped. But actually behind this is I felt a sense of community and purpose. So I was just kind enough to help, and I was there. So I'm grateful that I was there. I was able to help. Let's take the second one, local animal shelter. I volunteered to walk and feed the dogs because I have dogs. I'm passionate about animal welfare. I'm passionate about those creatures. I always think that maybe in our past life, maybe we have been dogs or maybe other sorts of animals. So that's my bigger why, but I really volunteer to do that. And I experience joy and fulfillment because I believe in that. But also I see that I'm helping them as well, do what they need to do at this point of time and be fed. Okay, I'm not going to go to the third example, but I think I made the case. So I can leave this slide in front of you just to inspire you, or I can also leave, that slide here with the instructions. And let's give ourselves 7 minutes. So take your pen and paper, make sure you don't have distractions. Don't interrupt in these 5-7 minutes anyone here on the call. Take your time and see if you can find past acts of kindness? Who did you impact? What was the reaction on their side? How did you feel at that time? Try to bridge it together with the gifts that you have. I mean, if you're a good communicator, how was that articulated through your kindness? If you're a good mother, how that was articulated? If you're a horse whisperer, how is that articulated further on? Okay, enjoy.
Can I say something?
Sure, yes, go ahead. Yeah, Latrice, go ahead. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay, everyone, I invite you to come back and let's have a discussion. So as you can see, from this moment on, we would be getting a bit more clarity about who we want to impact and be able to even name that group of people or those people. So instead of saying, I would like to impact others, we would be able now to say with some kind of descriptive language who those people are. And again, they could be not only people, they could be different moral causes that you find important in your life. So let's have again 3 shares. Let's keep it short and sweet and see what you guys have discovered for yourself. And this is just the beginning, right? I mean, this session here is just to give you an idea of what you can use as a tool set in order to spend some time with yourself and just do the inner work in a but much broader way, where you can find a quiet space, quiet place, and just go deeper in order to discover top 3 of those groups and causes that you are rooting for.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Nasko, George here. Can you hear me?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so the group that I would like to help is those that are struggling. Um, so just recently, I guess it's been about a month or so ago, I had a good friend of mine whom I was introduced by 2 or 3 other good friends of mine. They introduced him to me, and he actually lived in, well, he was working in Kenya. He had started a business over there, and he fell on hard times. And, of course, he had met a young lady over there. She got, I guess they were going to get married and she had a baby or whatever. But he had to come back to the US for something. I don't know what it was, but anyway, he called me out of the blue and he was like, well, he had called several of my friends and, trying to get back to Kenya because this girl had had a baby and he hadn't met her. And he was trying to get back and he just didn't have the money. I guess, you know, I didn't know the guy from Adam, I mean, a while back, but I'm saying I was introduced him by 3 other friends and he needed to get back and, he was just like calling around, asking people to, you know, get him back to Kenya. So I'm like, man, are you serious? How much a plane ticket is to Kenya? Anyway, long story short, he finally was able to find a ticket, and the ticket it wasn't, I don't even think it was $1,000. But anyway, I was like, man, you know what, dude, I mean, let me see what I can do, So he looked it up. He finally, found a one-way ticket. It was like, I don't know, less than 1,000. So I was like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and help you get back. You just had a baby. You're a father, a brand new father, and all of that good stuff. So I was able to use about uh 10 credit cards to get him back. No, but I was able to split it up on several credit cards. They will only take so many, but at the end of the day, he was able to, he was so appreciative, that he was able to get back to his newly born, and you know, I- it made me feel okay at the, because I was like happy, that he was able to find the ticket and one that wasn't going to cost 3 grand. But at the end of the day, I was like, man, you know what? I don't even know this guy, and I'm helping him, But I mean, I knew him. I knew of him. We've had lunch and stuff, but I mean, he's not like a friend to me like I'm a friend to the guys that introduced me to him, right? So,
Thank
but it
you.
made me
Yeah.
feel good. But at the end of the day, I was like, did I get scammed or did I get just taken? But I just chalked it up at the end of the day, hey, I was able to help him get back. But
Yeah.
and I
This is what
just
matters,
yeah,
right? This
that's
is what
what
matters, that
matters. Yeah.
you are able to open up your heart, and you can't control the actions or the reactions of other people, but at least you were able to lead with your heart and do what you felt is important. And that's good. Amazing.
Yeah. Just
Thank you for your share.
don't share that with my wife, Summer. No, I'm joking.
No worries. We keep it in this circle only. Thank you again. Who wants to share also a moment of kindness and how it felt? And also, who were the recipients of this kindness?
Hi, Nasko.
Hi there. Who is speaking?
My
Is
name's G. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina. Lovely to see you.
Yeah. And you. Hello, everyone. Just gonna do this because it's just easy for me. Who have I supported or who am I supporting? I have supported my neighbor, elderly neighbor, when they were around, and what I did was I had to schedule a call every week so I can call them every Monday to check on them. And why did I do it? They were just my next door neighbors, and I wanted to help and build better neighborly relationships with them. And reflecting on my emotion and the impact, I wanted them to know that they can trust me and come to me whenever they have a need or feel, and because we're just next door away or a phone call away, and we can easily be there, knowing their family are miles and miles away, but they know that we're just a call or just across the road and they're there.
Yeah.
The impact, I never kind of think about, you just do what you have to do. So I don't think about an impact on myself. It's just something you do, and that's it. And the other thing I do on a day-to-day basis, I have a project I run, Keep Britain Moving One Stretch at a Time. And it's an exercise and nutrition camp. I do it for over 60s who are in sheltered housing. I do 2 classes in 2 homes. And why I do it, I would love to expand it and do more to support them and build a community of people who may not necessarily have the opportunity to go out, but on that day they look forward to come out and we all have fun and we talk about the food we eat and we exercise together and we laugh. So that's why we do it. And also, I'm making a difference and we're transforming lives because that's the aim we hope to. And so we're seeing that happening for people. So that's great. Yeah.
Wow. That's big. I mean, starting from your neighbors and just helping a couple of people's lives and all the way to communities, that's big and admirable. Maybe if you allow me to just share a tip with you. Um,
Sure.
when we talk about, purpose things, we kind of forget that very often a lot of these things that we do are like we must do them, we should do them, and we ought to do them. I would
Mm-hmm.
just invite you to think about your language. And maybe instead of saying I should do something, to think whether you really want to do these things or you should do those things,
I
right?
want to do those things. It's something that you
So,
just do because
things,
it's just you. You
yeah,
can't.
yeah. I think so. By listening to what you said,
Yeah.
maybe just distinguishing the shoulds from the wants is
Yeah. Well,
important
I
in our
love to.
language,
I
right?
love to do it. I just love to help people if I can help them. Yeah. And that's my opportunity. Why not? So I make the most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, incredible. Thank you, G. Thank you very much for showing up.
It's
Okay,
okay.
we still have time for another person to share. Someone we have not heard maybe yet.
You want me to share?
Go ahead, Summer.
I was
The way.
just wanting to give people opportunity to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Take the opportunity on these sessions, guys.
I always have heavy events in my life, helping others, but I'll share a couple. One of the things that I've done in the past was helping the Hmong refugees in Thailand. They were at the verge of being deported back to Laos, a country where we fled from the aftermath of the Vietnam War. It was causing tremendous danger to all of our lives, and so many of us fled the country to Thailand and then became refugees in the refugee camps there for many years. So in 2000, I believe in 2004, the Thai government was going to deport these people back to Laos due to lack of shelter. And so the lady who was working in a nonprofit organization and with the United Nations, she came to me for help. She saw that I was effective in the organizing and activist service. So she came to me and we raised 25,000 within 2 months' time, and we send that money to the camp where they built new homes for the refugees. Why did I help them? Because I didn't want them to be deported and put them in harm's way. How did I feel? I felt good. I felt that I had contributed to society to help people in the community. Another big event I helped is when I was working as a teacher for 10 years, I got involved in the union. And during 2012, when there was a budget cut in California, we had a really weak union leaders in our union. And so when I saw that they were not addressing issues, most of them were just um, puppets to the superintendent because they were pretty much just protecting their own jobs and not protecting the entire membership. And so I ran for the president position. There were much corruptions in the union at the time. And then I recruited new blood to also help fight the fight. And after 6 years, we restored the union. We restored the benefits. And now, even though I left 4 years ago, I just hated the corruptions and dirty politics. I got really angry and broken, spiritually broken after so much chaos. And so I left my teaching job and went driving for Uber and Lyft for a living and sleeping in my car on the streets of San Francisco, LA, San Diego, for about a year and a half. And then my spirit was restored by so many good people coming into my car and just so loving and very caring. So why did I help? I helped because I saw that teachers and students were put in harm's way if their leadership is not restored. And then how did I feel after that? Again, because of all the chaos and the struggle, and also putting myself in harm's way. I was there was retaliation and then I was injured financially as well as reputation and so much more. So um, at first I was damaged by the leadership that I took, but now I came to term with it, and I am proud that I did what I did because the union is so strong, stronger than ever before. Teachers and students are getting what they need. So yeah, those are just a couple of events in my life. I've done other little things like seeing people walking in the pouring rain, and I just take my umbrella and throw it out and say, "Hey, here's the umbrella. Take it and use it." Little things like that. I've also helped women of domestic violence and rape victims, giving them consultation, giving them service, moral support, shelter. Why did I help them? Because I was one myself. I was injured as a victim myself. And so I relate to them and I felt their pain and their suffering. So helping them allows me to become empowered, become feeling like I'm giving back to society and protecting those that have been injured so that they can grow and continue their journey. So these are some of the things that I've done, and I felt good about what I did for people so far. Yeah.
Incredible, Summer. Thank you for this share. And I'm also looking at the clock that we need to rush a little bit, but just a reflection on this. As you know, on these calls, there is no judgment or let's say um, coaching style discussions. It's more or less like a reflection of what I hear. And also, this is what I encourage others to do as well, like reflecting on your words. But I just made notes here is like the small things are making us big. The small things are making us great, right? That was one of the bullet points. This is what makes us giants, the small little things. Also, you mentioned something that we kind of touched upon is like what you gave to those ladies who were actually abused and misused is this kind of support because you know the pain. So back to
Yes.
this discussion, like we are designed to give actually what we need most. Maybe at that time when you were in that situation, you were needing exactly this kind of support, and maybe you got it, maybe you not, but now you know that you can give back the
Mhm.
support for that particular problem that you have encountered. Inspiring. Okay, so I'm moving on with the slides, and we were more or less here on this one. I think some of you may remember this slide when we talked about how purpose aligns with other existential concepts like vision, mission, values, gifts, etc. So we more or less covered the values and the gifts in that ecosystem, but one of them, the vision, still remains kind of untouched because the vision at that time we mentioned is that the vision is, well, the vision is how we see the world at the end. What is our target state of the world? How, what is more or less like this target state? What does it look like? Where is it? Where are we in that state? Actually, the vision is exactly our impact that we make so that it becomes that vision. It is the ripple effect of our actions that goes to create that vision for us. Maybe we never arrive, but again, the power and the strength in that is in the journey and not that much in the destination. So this is where the fulfillment comes and the purpose, because living purposefully brings us closer to that vision through our values and gifts, but also through those that we want to impact. So they are in the center of this vision of ours. So when we talk about the vision, again, we need to think about who are those people, what is our audience, and there are ways to actually discover that audience and make it a bit more concrete for us, so that we can focus more. And the more focused we are, the more purposeful and intentional we are. So I'm just going to throw at you a couple of ideas of how to find your audience. You have the recording of this, and you can actually find the quiet space and time to do this exploration for yourself, because I would like to arrive at a point, right? So identifying your audience is about who. Who do we want to serve? What does that person or group look like? What they like doing? Where are they in their life journey? Where are they hanging out? What they like to do and what is important for them? What problems do they face that you can offer a solution for them? Right? Remember, it's not about just identifying people, but how do you relate to them and how it makes you feel, so that you bring back your gifts to them. Remember when we talked about the gifts, our first exercise was about we receiving a precious gift, an unforgettable gift, and how it made us feel. Now we're turning the things around from receiving the gift and having the gift to giving the gift, right? So who are those recipients? So this is one way of thinking about this. And if you remember, I brought this example with one of the people that I worked with before, a lady called Gail. And she created her purpose statement, and part of her purpose statement were those words. And the part which is about her impact in life was just condensed in this one simple statement. So because she values these things, three of them, she will be using three of her superpowers, top superpowers, in order to positively impact the lives of those seeking peace and connection to source. So she was able to do this retrospection and inner exercise to actually distill out of the blurry word, all these other people, or those people, or others. So she replaced those words with those concrete words about those seeking peace and connection to source, because only then she would have a conscious commitment. So that's my invitation to you, is by looking at this example, just maybe get inspired and think about those very concrete examples of people. You can even call them by names or just by groups, and identify them. So that we don't close the loop like this, I would like also to invite you to expand yourself beyond people and individuals. Think about causes. Maybe you are aspire to serve the planet, and you're a protector of animals. Maybe you're affiliate more yourself with, these kind of spirits. Maybe you're inspired by bringing social justice. Maybe these are the things that you do with someone else in a community. So who are those people around you that you do this with? And finally, what is the problem that you offer a solution for based on your gifts, talents, and skills? Right? Maybe this is the big vision that needs to be fulfilled. Right? Maybe it's not only individuals, it could be something else. Maybe you like saving the penguins. Maybe you like the blue whales. Maybe you want to plant trees every single month. These are all big or small goals that will lead you towards your vision. And your mission is the action. And we're going to be talking about this later. Okay, and now the cherry on the top. This exercise startles a lot of people. And it's one of these confronting exercises which people don't want to do because it's scary. But here I am challenging you. This is an exercise to define your legacy, because when looking at your legacy and this end state of your vision, you can retroactively like reverse engineering. You can think about the impact that you would like to do and you are doing on a daily basis. So articulating a clear statement that represents, articulate a clear statement that represents your desired impact and legacy. Here is how this exercise starts. Pay attention, please. Imagine your life has ended. Take a quiet moment to visualize your life has come to an end. Picture your memorial service and the people who would attend that service. That exercise is the famous tombstone technique, which inspires you, if I may use this word, to consider your life as a whole. And you're at the end of this journey, your human journey, right? Not spiritual journey, your shell journey. At that point of time, think about the mortality of our lives. Think about the finite state of this life. How do you want to be remembered? Who do you want to be remembered as? I always get goosebumps when I think and talk about this thing. So when you reflect on this, write your tombstone sentence. Think about a single statement, short or long, which you want to be inscribed on your tombstone and captures the essence of your legacy and the impact that you have left to those people who are participating there. Reflect on those people. Who are those people? Those are the people that you impacted. They are actually part of your vision. You have made something for them. You have done something for them. You have given your gifts. You have acted upon your value system. You have fulfilled your purpose. Who are those people and why are they there? And let's share after that. Okay, let's take 7 minutes. Just put what you think is important for you. Make it short and sweet. Don't overthink it. Think about how you would like to be seen. Because retroactively, you might be just doing this every day. Maybe you're already there. Not dead, I mean. You're on the path of purpose. Okay, let's take 7 minutes. If you need a little bit of, let's say, inspiration, I have a couple of examples here for you. So again, if you Google the tombstone technique, you will find a lot of examples and ideas, but here is one inspiration. So a tombstone sentence. She inspired countless young women to pursue their dreams fearlessly. The guests, former students, colleagues, people who knew her, and mentees who benefited from her guidance. Maybe it's not a big thing, but something that inspired and rippled effect to those people. That's why they're there. That's why this tombstone sentence. Here's another example. He dedicated his life to preserving the beauty of our natural world. That's what's written in the tombstone. Guests, environmental activists, community members, family members, people who believed in what he believed. Okay, I will leave those here for you. Okay, 1 more minute. Okay, lovely people. I invite you to come back from your thoughts to this room and share if you wish. Let's keep it again to 3 people, short and sweet, so that we can finish on time as well. Okay, who wants to jump in?
Timothy,
Timothy, lovely to see you here.
how you doing?
Amazing.
Good, excellent, excellent. The people I'd have shown the power of love to and loved on, mentoring who I have taught, who taught up or trained up. One, the second one was let's see, ones who loved. Oh, no, who what? Yeah, what am I tombstone? Yeah, one who loved to help others in times of need, all in love. The third one was all those things freely given. Well, excuse me, all these I freely give my time to in love.
Wow, powerful. Thank you, Timothy, for sharing your thoughts with us. Yeah, I hope you feel that with your daily actions, you're going towards a fulfilled life where everything, or at least most of the things that you do, have meaning.
Oh, it
And
does. It does to me.
incredible. Okay. Okay. I love these kind of shares. It's getting more powerful and more powerful at the end of the conversation. Who would like to share next?
I guess, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Misha, go ahead.
Uh,
Or
Moment, one moment. I'm just trying to navigate this. Give me a second.
oh, great.
All right. So with me, it would be because I send out prayers each day to maybe about 30 to 35 of family, friends, coworkers, and my tombstone would read, his prayers, hopefully, his prayers on a daily lifted me up when I was going through. And it would be family, friends, coworkers, and my church family as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Misha. Can I kindly ask you to repeat the sentence
Oh, yeah. I
because
was
it's so
actually
powerful? Can you
I
repeat
wrote
it
it.
again?
I wrote it down, but then I did a little ad lib.
That's okay. Just repeat
His
it.
his
Yes.
prayers on a daily lifted us up when we were going through.
Super powerful.
A lot of folk they'll respond back to them. I needed this and I needed that. I'm glad you sent it. And how did you know it? So it must be impactful. But it's something that my sister started it. She passed away, and then I guess she left me to carry the mantle. I did it a couple of days, and everybody started. So yeah, now that I have to, it's on my heart to do it. So, but thank you.
Maybe that's your calling, Misha,
Yeah,
and you're just binding together your values and your gifts, and that's your commitment as well to do it regularly, maybe on a daily basis.
yeah, yeah. Thank you,
I would love to see you next time as well with us next Saturday.
thank you. I'll try to make it. Thank you.
Okay, a last one.
Can I share mine?
Yes, please, G.
This is something I love. My tombstone sentence would be demonstrating the love of God, her infectious love for the gospel impacted every soul that crossed her path.
Wow, cool. Really strong.
And memorial guests would be family, church associates, and communities, and other communities that groups that I have impacted and their families.
Wow, goosebumps.
Mm.
Incredible. Thank you for your shares, guys. I'm sure that maybe this kind of exercise kind of disrupted your daily frequency, but hey, that's the point. It's like just reflecting on where we're going and where we're heading and how we are heading there, right? Because it's a choice at the end of the day. I would like us to finish briefly with the the let's say the homework for our next time. And you remember our purpose statement formula? I shared with you that there could be that our purpose statement is represented by a formula, and we're building bit by bit that statement. So we started with the values. We moved to the gifts, and today we are talking about the impact, or more or less identifying the individuals or the causes that we're passionate about, and we want to provide that impact in a positive way. So we will continue with this next time, but for us, the homework is to really finish adding the impact to your purpose statement. So it is the completing that part of the purpose statement, the formula, with your target groups and causes. So you review your purpose statement, look at the existing components of values and gifts, and this time you would be adding your impact groups. Just add not more than 3, because we would like to have focus, right? And to be intentional. Refine and reflect. So take the time in a quiet space. Take your time. Don't be distracted in this. This is your personal work. It's not about me sharing next time. It's not about this community sharing next time. It's about you doing that work. And if you need help, just shoot out to us and we will try to help you, right? With that. So that's the part that we need to finish for next time. So building up on the previous ones, the statement should read to positively impact the lives of, and you put your top 3 groups, individuals, or causes. Guys, for the next time, a very different topic, also a bit, how to say, a bit provocative. Next time, we will be talking about the plot twists in our life. We're going to be talking about our fears and anxieties, a topic that many people avoid talking about. But we will try to reframe them. We will try to explore them so that we can use our deficiencies and shortcomings as our learnings, as our mentors, as our opportunities to make an impact. So next time, this will be for us. So I wish you a very nice and peaceful weekend. And please, let's remember again the words of Mahatma Gandhi, that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Today was all about the service mindset. Today was all about giving our gift, giving it away. right? Because we were born with it, and it is our responsibility to give it purposefully and intentionally. And with this, guys, that's the end of my part. I would love to hear a couple of words from you if you want, maybe some feedback for me that we can do or improve or benefit from, so we can move on next time even stronger.
Yeah, I think you're doing a fantastic job, Nesco. You know your craft, and we're just going right along based on your coaching and your mentorship. But I want to invite our brothers and sisters here. When you're here, feel confident about sharing, about participating, and participating actively, mentally, and spiritually, because this is for you. And if you're not engaging intentively and actively, and offering your contribution to the conversation, then it's almost like you're here, but you're really not here. And so I don't want the same people sharing. I want everybody to have an opportunity to share. All right. So when you guys come, be prepared to engage wholeheartedly and share your utmost feeling, or engaging in the activity. All right. Allow yourself to become vulnerable. We're learning and growing, and the only way to learn and to grow is to participate actively. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We have always strong participation in this session, and I really appreciate that. All right. Nesco, thank you again, and we'll see you again next Saturday.
Next Saturday,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you,
Thank you,
Nasko.
Nasko.
Thank you, Summer.
Enjoy,
See
guys.
you all.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Summer.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nasko.
Mm.
See you guys
Thank
again.
you so
Have a good
much.
weekend.